All right, guys, we're back for episode 5 of Cleats to Seats, and it's a big weekend. I got a special guest appearance right now. Ridge is going to sit in with us on this episode because his brother's sleeping, and me and Ridge are hanging out. Big weekend. We had the Dolls Christmas Parade here in Mobile. That was fun. We took the Baker High School football team down and walked it. Beckett loved it. He got to throw a lot of free stuff to everybody that came. And Ridge got to sleep during it, and his mama was a absolute boss and carried him 2 miles. So she is a beast. And then we had the Alabama Mississippi All Star game, and we had the North South game. North ended up winning the North South All Star game, and Alabama absolutely dominated Mississippi in the Alabama Mississippi All Star game. Y'all already know I'm a big WWE guy. Last night we had John Cena's final match. He ended up losing it, and we might end up talking about that a little bit later. Really excited for this episode because we got former teammate and now coaching high school football. Coach Chad Slade is going to be our coach that we're highlighting and going up to the press box with. If you haven't checked out the last episode where we kind of changed it up and went cleats off edition, go check it out. You get to really kind of know me and my background and where I'm from, and we're going to continue to build off of that. And then these cleats and seats episodes, we're going to continue to highlight high school coaches. We'll talk Auburn football, Alabama football, but today is going to be a little bit of a mixture of cleats and seats and cleats off because Chad and me played together, and you're gonna hear some good stories and stuff, and we'll kind of talk about where he's coaching at now, and he's gonna just really give us some really in depth of O-line high school play and how to get your O-lineman playing right. So let's go out to the press box with Chad Slade. All right, going out to the press box tonight from Moody, Alabama. We got former teammate at Auburn University, Chad Slade.
Yo,
He has 49 career starts underneath his belt, second most in the SEC, fourth most at Auburn University. He played in the NFL for the New York Giants and the Houston Texans. He brings a lot of knowledge of the game of football to tonight's episode for the press box. Chad Slade, Coach Slade, how are you doing?
hey, I'm good, my guy. What's up with you, man? Coach Sanders. I can call you Coach Sanders now. Hey, we
Yeah,
we in the
yeah.
same we in the same predicament now, baby.
We done took away the Chad and Craig, and we got Coach going now, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're coming back from basketball practice with your boys. Fill us in, man. Chad Slade is 2025. What's the family look like?
Man, so I got 3 kids now, of course. I got my baby girl Scholar, that's my princess, of course. I got Mason, that's my little baddie, that's my mini me right there, of course. He just my mini me with blonde hair. That's crazy to know. But then I got my big man, Braxton. He's 9 going on 10. I mean, he's 10 going on 11. He just turned 9 back in October, but he's already wearing a men's size 10 and a half shoe. So I'm going through it right now with, I know he's going to be huge and I'm just getting him ready.
He's
So,
gonna be massive.
oh, yeah, he's going to be massive. But at the end of the day, I'm telling him I'm just going to get him right. And at the end of the day, we're going to be good to go.
What size shoe do you wear?
I wear 16, so you know me, my feet always been big. So my feet done been stepped on so many times and all that
Mm.
stuff. I can't even barely feel my toes. The Chinese people be making fun of my feet at the nail thing when I try to get my nails done, my feet done with my wife. It's just been crazy. It's hectic.
Hey, that's low key one of like the benefits of getting married because I never went and did that till I got married, and
Yeah,
that is some good stuff. Do you get the deluxe?
yeah, absolutely. I know. I want the
See, you're big
massage.
money though. You're big money. I can't get the deluxe. They
Oh no,
try to
I
they
just
try
want
to
the I
talk
just
me
want
into
the
the
massage. I'm
deluxe,
just
and
there
I'm
for the
like,
wife.
nah, I'm good. I'm good. But then they throw them hot towels on my shins, and I'm like, okay, yeah, yeah, we can do
No,
we
I
can
want
do
the
the
hot rocks. I want to get the whole 9 yards.
deluxe. So tell me this. All right. So graduated from Moody High School. Me and you came in the same recruiting class at Auburn. We were there from 10 to 13. You stayed an extra year.
Hmm.
They tried to go ahead and push me through and get me out. They redshirted you because they knew you was going to be a dog. Tell me about. So now you're at Leeds High School.
Yeah.
What are you coaching and what are you doing there?
I'm helping out with the O line right now. This is my first year. I'm actually It's kind of new because at the end of the day, Leeds and Moody are rivals. But at the end of the day, ever since I've been playing football, I've been calling Leeds home. So it's been a blessing to come over here across the bridge and being able to help these kids. And I think we got a good set of kids this year that could take a good thing in 5A. So we're in 5A and all that. But I'm pretty confident in this group that we have coming up.
Now, I know you opened up a business. What do you still have that going? The
Yeah, yeah, I do, but we're just doing catering only because it's easy for
okay.
me to be able to, be able to do football. And Braxton's going to be actually playing tackle this year, so I want to be able to be there and be able to watch him. I'm gonna be a nervous wreck. Me, I'm like, it's weird when you do it, but when it's like your offspring, you kind of just be like, you got to be able to make sure that he's prepared and ready to go. Because, yeah.
Are you gonna be on the fence? Or are you gonna be able to sit down in the stands? Like where are you gonna
Nah,
be
I'm gonna
at?
be on the. You know me. I got to be on the fence. I'm intense. I'm a competitor. So at the end of the day, like it's no. If he's out on the field, I'm a player. I'm the 12th player. You just don't. You'll see me, but at the end of the day, I think I'm gonna help out too because at the end of the day, I do want Lee's football, youth football, to get a lot better. And I think that having my name and being able to be out there with those kids and see a guy that's done it all and have been in each level and all that, I think that would be motivational for the kids too. So.
Yeah, let's go on with that right there at all the levels you've been at.
Mhm.
Um, Playing in the NFL, 4 year starter at Auburn. I kind of struggled with this whenever I got into high school coaching because I started wanting to bring all these college drills in and do all this kind of stuff with these high school kids, but it may not be something that pertains to them and it makes them successful on Friday night. What are some drills that you have brought to high school that you see on Friday night films that you're like, okay, this is actually kind of getting these kids better?
Honestly, it's just technique and having being able to know the landmarks. It's not about going out there and thinking that you can do all the drills known to man because we've been through probably 1,000 drills in our career that at the end of the day we knew that some made us better and some made us worse. But at the end of the day, I kind of get my O line to worry about the little things. We got to worry about our steps. We got to worry about our hands, getting our hand placement. We got to worry about our landmarks. We also got to be worried about our jobs. One thing I'm big on with my offensive line is teaching them defense, teaching them fronts. Because if you know what a over, you know what a odd, you know what a bear is. At the end of the day, you can go out there and play free. And that's just something that's helped me out for my whole career. Because at the end of the day, you got to know what they're doing because they ain't gonna know what you. They're gonna know what you're doing. They're gonna study you up. They're gonna do what they got to do to make sure you have your weaknesses. But at the end of the day, you got to teach them from the ground up technique, teach them about okay, well, pad level, being low, shooting my hands inside, getting my head placement to that right side. It's a lot of things that I do that it's not always have to be more advanced than it always has to be. I could be, I could teach, but at the end of the day, when it comes to the drills, that's just on you. You got to get better at it, and that's just how we work.
Let's talk about those fronts. So as a player, and then tell me as a coach too. So like you got a 3 man front, 4 man front, 5 man front. Which one was the hardest for you as an O lineman when you were playing, and then which one's the like kind of the tough one that you got to spend extra time on in Indy when you're trying to coach your guys up?
Mostly it's mostly your odd fronts. Your odd fronts are going to be mostly your difficult fronts because at the end of the day, you can have we used to call it back in the lead a 10 front. A 10 front is a 4 down front with 3 down spacings. That's just your basic. You got your end, you got your guy that's in a 4 eye or an ice 4 eye or a head up four. You got your zero and all that, but it's so much that comes with it. I spend a lot of more time on bare fronts just because at the end of the day, they're gonna load the box up, and that's what we're used to at Auburn was them loading the box up because we used to go so fast that we could never ever just have somebody set up. Like nobody was ever set up on us, and that's what we made our money on because we all we had to do was just stay on track. Like for instance, I have an example, quick one. It's Missouri. At first, they was coming up the field, and I was like, I had Shane Ray and all them out there. I was like, damn, I ain't gonna never get out there. And I'm like, and then like it came to a time where they just started slanting. And I'm like, oh, so you working in our game now. So all we had to do is just stay on track and get bodies on bodies and drive them off and let Trey do the rest. 300 yards later, we both SEC champions.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I looked that up the other day, man. Trey. Okay, so my our freshman year. you
Hmm.
had Cam and Michael Dyer, and
Hmm.
they were both 1,000 yard rushers.
Yeah.
Then 13, you had Nick Marshall and Trey, freaking over 1,000 yard rushers.
So
And I mean, that was just a
you
whole nother.
losing.
Now we're about to get on Auburn's field. I'm
Yeah.
telling you,
Hey,
we got to get back to 1,000 yard rushers. I mean,
you
run the
forgot
freaking
about
ball.
Cap and you forgot about Corey. We had a three-headed monster back
And
there.
Corey Grant.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
had
Corey
Corey Grant,
Grant.
we had Cap, Cameron Artist Payne, and then of course, if we had to use Big J Proshin, we gonna use Big J. You know how this is how
Yeah.
we got to do. But we had a loaded backfield that year, and at the end of the day, us, we was already jailed. We've been playing already together for so long that at the end of the day, when Malzahn came back, we just hit the ground running.
I was literally thinking about Corey today
Hmm.
because the Alabama Mississippi All Star game Saturday, and
Hmm.
I remember all like we were all at that, and Corey went to it, but Corey, I was committed to Alabama, decommitted, came to Auburn, but
Uh,
Corey was still committed to go to Alabama, and we
yeah,
were all in his ear trying to get,
yeah.
hey man, come on, and he didn't end up doing it, but then after his freshman year, or what, I don't know what it was, he ended up
It was
transferring
after
over
our
though.
freshman year, and I saw him at the Iron Bowl, and I gave him a hard time. I said, "So what side you cheering for this week?" I was like, you a traitor. You know they think you a traitor, but at the end of the day, he came to the right side.
No, he did. He
Yeah,
did. Let me ask you this. So this is one I'm coaching D line at school. I'm at down at Baker High School. Okay.
yeah.
The one that you hear a lot of O line coaches saying is gap down backer.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear that in the NFL? Was that y'all's communication like on power counter, gap scheme, or what how is that like a high school thing?
That's more of a high school thing, but of course, I mean, it sounds good and all that stuff, and I mean, I understand it, of course, because I mean, it's gap down backer, but we was most likely like, hey, we got to get our double teams. I'm more pushing on double teams, getting movement on the point of attack, moving that down guy into the linebacker's lap, and then letting the rest take letting the rest do the work. Of course, you want to have your head inside, and you on any powers and counters, that everybody got a gap. So if I'm getting a double
Mm,
team, my eyes are always going to be in the A gap, and whatever comes in my A gap, that's what I take. And the same thing for the B gap, coming down on a block, on a pulling around and doing all that. It's just about staying tight and staying together and just staying on track. That's it. But I can get the gap down backer though. It makes sense for a high school kid to like kind of like process it. But I kind of want to get them into the sayings of what they're going to hear when they get to the next level.
yeah.
Deuce to the wheel, ace to the backside backer, B gap hinge, things like that to be able to, get there in their head. Because once they get to the next level, they're gonna hear the exact same things. They're gonna hear literally. They're gonna be like, "Dang, I heard that before." Coach Slade told me that. And I was like, "Yeah," because I'm gonna get you prepared for the next level. Like that's not my goal is to get you to the next level. I love high school and all that stuff, but I think that we need more linemen to come out in Alabama. You hear about skill
Mm,
guys and all that, but I'm a big lineman guy. We both are.
yeah.
So that's how it works.
Yeah, I totally agree, dude. So, what do you think in high school, like the concept, like what's the hardest for them to grasp when you've been coaching them? Is it zone scheme, gap scheme? Is it pass pro, ID and a blitz? What is something that is just like it just don't click? Like so you guys spend a lot of time on.
It's mostly zone because everybody's gonna be big on zone, especially like outside zone. I tell my guys like, especially when we're going to a backer with a like, say for instance, we're in the odd front, we're going to a backer. I always tell my guys like, hey, don't go where he's at, goes where he's going to be at. Like it's a different angle that you have to take, and
Mm,
everything that we do on the backside of like outside zone, I tell them to stay flat 3 steps, and then after that, then you make a decision of what they're trying to do. Of course, the running back also has to work with the offensive line because our shoulders go the same exact way. So once that, then the running back has to understand too that he's taking his blocks to the like he's taking the lineman blocks to them. So the way he goes flat, the flatter he goes, we stay at that angle right there. Then once he can make that step his foot in the ground, boom, we hit our blocks. Then we go up. But it's kind of a long time to them kind of process it. It sounds like it's so simple, but you just want to be able to get it at the right angle and all that stuff and make sure that if a backer plays backside, I can hit the brakes and turn the wheel and go backside on them.
yeah, I feel that. And then you hit a point right there because everything like to us and to like coaches, everything we say sounds so simple,
Hmm.
but those high school kids, it's like some of them have no clue what football even is, or it might be their first or second year ever playing. So,
Yeah.
and I didn't figure that out till like later in my like high school coaching career. Was like
Hmm.
I gotta really really dumb a lot of this stuff down because I
Yeah.
always assume they know what I'm talking about. and then it ends up like they're just yes sir and please don't
Yeah.
yes sir. Like they just
Yeah.
be yes sir and just like don't yes sir. Like if you
Yeah.
don't understand what I'm saying, like let me get through it. All right, here's your fan question from Austin. Okay,
Also,
so
okay.
this is kind of talking to the 1 through 4A or some 7As. This could be some of us here. Okay, all right.
Hmm.
Your average O line height is 5'10" to 5'11". You ain't got no Chad Slades out there, okay? And
Hmm.
they're 220 to 240. Are you For you to be successful? Are you going gap scheme or are you going zone scheme?
I'm going gap scheme.
Tell us why.
I'm going gap scheme because at the end of the day, I know that my guys are gonna get lower than those guys. At the end of the
Mm.
day, they're gonna play at a good level that we can come down, we can gap down backer, and they can stay on that level right there. And then you coming around on a linebacker, most of the times like the Chad Slaves and all that, they're gonna play high because I'm 6'6", 6'5", I'm whatever you think I am, but I play high. If you got a 5'11" guy that's coming around right there, think about how much if that backer's like 6'1", 6 foot, he's 5'11". He plays just a little bit low. He's 5'7". Now he can get up underneath that backer and just drive him off the ball. You see what I'm saying? It's like,
Oh yeah.
you just want to be able to be able to be lower than that guy. And I think powers that play that, it determines your run game. I think if you can set the tone in power or duos, and duos another thing of power you don't have to do. You can do power with no puller. It's things like that you can do and insert stuff and all that can help you out and everything like that.
Let me
So
hear. Let me hear Chad Slade's definition of duo because everybody has their own definition of duo.
duo, power, no puller. So it's literally just front side is zone, back side is power. That's it. But you're going to that mic. So say for instance, we used to in the league we called it a doom. So for the backside, because you know that we're going to that backer that's on top of the guy. So we call it doom. So we're going to double team to that mic, and then on the front side we got a ace or a single, which is telling us that we're going to that guy right there. So it's just power, no puller. Downhill, dirty football. Like I need to get a yard and I need to get something. I need to punish this defensive line. You know how it works.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to get that movement. We're trying to make sure that we get everything going and set the tone. That's the big part. Setting the tone of the game is what is very important because, I tell my coaches all the time, I'm a big run guy. I don't want to come out the game passing. No, I want to go out there and set the tone now. Like, go ahead and run that thing. Let's see what we do. Okay, well, after that, we can go from there. But the run game is always going to set the tone.
There we go. Favorite gap scheme.
Favorite gap scheme would have to be power. No, I'll take that back. Counter. I love counter because
You like count.
that was my thing back in with Malzahn's offense because
Are
you
you
know
you
him.
running like OY? Or are you running OT? What like
I'm running GY.
GY? Got it. Yeah.
GY. Yeah, so I'm running kick out, Y wrap around, and then we're
Mm-hmm.
going to work straight down the A gap. Straight down the A gap.
Let's go.
Let's
All
go.
right. Hey, what okay, pick a former Auburn teammate. All right. Not me, because I know you'd pick me. But pick a former Auburn teammate
Mm.
that you'd want to help you right now coaching O line.
I'm gonna pick my boy. I'm gonna pick my dog Reese. We've been together for so
Oh yeah.
dang long. We've
Yeah,
been
he's been
together for
good.
so long, man. It's like
He needs it. I think he is coaching.
he's coaching
Yeah, I
down
think
at
he
Orange
is coaching. I'm
Beach.
about to say he
Yeah, he's coaching at Orange Beach right now. But me and him done play. I started realizing that I was like going back in time. I was like, we done played so many dang games together. Like we done played probably. If I started 49 games, I think we probably played maybe 45 games together. Like it's things like that, and I know that we can play off each other and all that stuff like that. But of course, I would say Reese. I would say even Big Sean. That's my guy right there. I still talk to him to this day. So
Big
Big Sean
Sean
Coleman.
was one like so we would do pass pro in college, and we'd roll over there and you were one that if you wanted these are guys that you wanted to go against if you wanted to get better. You wanted to go
Yeah.
against Chad Slade, you wanted to go against Greg Robinson, and you wanted to go against Sean Coleman. Now
Yeah.
Sean Coleman was so hard to go against because his arms, he could scratch
Long.
his ankles standing up.
Hmm.
I mean, this dude's so long,
Yeah.
and he daggum figured it out too, and a really cool story from him too.
Yeah.
All right, let's transition right here, man. And I've been doing this little tempo session right here, so this is where we're gonna kind of get to know Chad Slade. So I'm gonna name some stuff, and you first thing that comes to your mind. All right, you just say it. All right,
Got you.
all right,
Got you.
here we go. I changed it up a little bit because I'm on. This is like episode 5, and I kind of been saying the same one, so you're gonna get some different
Yeah,
ones.
yeah.
All right.
Switch it up. Don't give me the
Hey,
same question you've been giving
let
everybody
me switch.
else.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
switch it up right here. All
yeah.
right,
Let's
first
get
one,
it
ready?
going.
All right, at practice, are you a doggone or dadgummit?
Dang gummit.
I know you be cussing.
dang, dang gummit. But of course, it might slip out with a duh, but it's just how it is. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Nike,
So
Adidas, Under Armour.
Nike. I hate it Under Armour. I hate it Under Armour. The
Man, nobody understands. You see, I love this. We're having this comment. Nobody understands how bad Under Armour's cleats used to be.
Do you remember those space boots we got? We had them big old space boots. I wish I had I think I still have them at my mom's house, but they
The,
were like,
these are the coolest ones we got. I kept them. That was my senior year. That was
yeah,
them right
that was
there felt really good. But
was that
like
the national
you couldn't wear
championship
those
one?
because you got that big old 16. Like this is more like I don't know but I know which ones you're talking about.
Yeah, like them big old space boots that came up to your ankles. I used to hate
Oh
those.
yeah, so
Yeah. Yeah,
the
then of
way
course,
like
when they get wet, like when they sweat, like you can feel like it's like a squish, and you're like, oh my God, like I gotta go get a whole nother pair of cleats. And then you gotta go break in the cleats on the day of the game. And I'm like, oh my God. Blisters is coming on your foot. You know your foot gonna look gross when you take them off.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Those shoes would tear
Yeah.
up so fast too.
Yeah, they're
All
awful.
right, Gatorade versus Powerade.
Gatorade. I want Gatorade in a can though.
Dude, that
Gatorade.
is low key a banger. Where were we at when they didn't? Do they have those at Auburn?
Yeah, they had them in the fridge. It's a Gatorade in a can. You
Oh,
can get
okay.
them. You can get them and go. I
The
remember
lime
those.
one. The
The
lime
lime
one was
one,
like crack, man. It was so good.
lime one, and the fruit punch. Only ones I'll drink.
All right, let's see if you keep my streak going right here. Okay, you got a whistle on at practice. What brand is it?
I don't use a whistle.
You don't
I
use a whistle.
don't use a whistle. It's a yeah,
That boy got that voice. You be using your voice.
yeah. You gotta. I mean, you ever seen? Be real. Have you ever seen an O line coach with a whistle? Like when we was
Yeah,
playing.
I've seen a couple with a whistle, but I mean, it's
Do they
hit and
ever
miss.
use it though? Do they use it?
Nah, it's very
It's,
rare. It's
yeah, it's
very
around
rare.
their neck. It's around their neck for looks, and they ain't around their neck to use it because we're gonna
Hey,
use
look,
it for this.
I'll take. See, I was wanting you to say Fox 40, but see, I'll take you saying you don't use one over even saying Fox 40 because that's even cooler, man.
Yeah,
You just got the voice for it.
yeah. You know me. I'm
See,
a rip, rip, rip. Yeah, you know
I
me.
already can't hear, so like even my wife tells me I'm screaming when I talk. So if
Yeah,
I don't have that whistle at practice, just for like to even get the kids kind of shut up and listen for a second, you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like I'll be walking around, can't even talk. All right, what is Chad Slade's best sports movie?
Best sports movie is Remember the Titans.
Oh, so good. Yeah,
Yes.
that's really good. All right, Friday Night Fit. Are we going polo, cage jacket, or long sleeve dry fit, or something else?
No, we're going cage jacket. We're going like the little zip up right there, of course. Sometimes I might rock out the hoodie, cut off hoodie, of course. And then got the joggers. You got to have the joggers. This is my first time really getting into coaching, and I stopped playing in 2021. So I've never wore joggers until I started coaching, and then I started realizing like, okay, well, this is the new coaching style. So I go get me some cheap joggers off Amazon and go about your day. You don't got to get
Dude,
no hoodie or
Amazon's
whatever.
the way to go. I bought some pants off Amazon the other day. They were cheap as crap and they fit
Yeah,
good too. I'm
waterproof
gonna
too.
come back to 2021, or you were playing. I got another thing I was going to ask you. All right, 3rd and 5, run or pass.
Let's pass it. Let's
I thought
pass
you
it.
was a run guy. I thought you was gonna set the tone. Oh, you already set the tone on 1st down and third
Yeah,
down.
we shouldn't be in
Okay.
3rd and 5. We in 3rd and 5. That means we messed up as a line. So, we already been throwing the ball. So, go ahead and just get this out the way. But you know me, I'm a draw guy. Let's draw it. Let's get the quarterback run in or do what you got to do.
Yeah, turf or
Switch it up.
grass?
Grass, grass.
Grass all day.
I hate
Okay.
turf.
All right. Let's see right here. Pre-game meal. Are you gonna let them talk, or you got it completely silent?
No, you got to shut up. You got to get locked in.
Okay, yeah, I'm back. I'm like back and forth on it
I
because see,
am.
I've been in both. I've been like where it's like somebody talks, they get kicked out, and then they got to go
Yeah,
eat the field house and crap like that. But then I've been to me, I don't think it affects the game either way because
No.
I've been in ones where you got them all talking and then you go
Yeah.
win the game, and I've been in ones where they don't talk and you still win the game. So
I think that you can still talk, but you don't have to you don't have to be
yeah,
like talking like oh like screaming like just be like talk to the guy that's in front of you like just use a good volume of voice. So the coaches won't like the coaches
yeah,
all these coaches are locked in. So at the end of the day, like one slip up or one thing, especially if it's from I call them chicken eaters, the chicken eaters. Then of course then they're
yeah.
gonna freak out on you. So, but we kind of leave it on the
Define for the
starters.
listeners, because I know exactly what you're talking about, but for the listeners, define what you mean by chicken eaters.
Chicken eater is somebody that comes to practice and don't want to play for real, but at the end of the day, he's going to go eat that pregame chicken and he's going to eat that postgame chicken.
Yeah,
So that's why we call them because you know back in the day, and we used to have those Chick-fil-A things. So that made more sense. Like, okay, well, you didn't play the whole game, but you always have something to say and you got all that, so you're a chicken eater. So that's just how
yep.
it goes. Yeah,
Just a good old chicken eater. All right,
it's a
I'm
good old.
transitioning around a little bit. So, because you were
Yeah.
talking about coaching, and like you coaching right now, and you've been in the league, you played at Auburn. Who is like you had Coach Grimes at Auburn? Who's like who do you model your coaching after when you feel yourself coaching? Like me personally, like I have like Coach Peters was one of my high school coaches. He was like a
Mhm.
player's coach that could like motivate and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
then I feel myself getting mad at practicing, and my Coach G comes out in me. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
Mhm.
who do you model yourself after?
So in my NFL career, I had a coach in New York. His name was Mark Colombo. He played for Dallas for a very long time, and he was kind of a more of a understanding coach. Like he know that okay, well, at the end of the day, you're gonna get beat. It's a player's game, you know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna beat you sometimes, you're gonna get beat sometimes, but at the end of the day, we got to come over there. I'm not gonna be the type that's gonna be like rah rah rah. Let's if you're going out there slacking, and I can tell that you're not giving no effort. Like okay, I'm gonna raise my voice just a little bit because I think I want you to understand. But besides that, it's kind of like I'm gonna let you play the game, and then we're gonna come over there. We're gonna make corrections. We're gonna be peace. You tell me what you see, and we're gonna go from there. And I kind of grew on that because I was like, okay, well, he's kind of letting us play it out. Like he's like letting us play, and then we'll make the corrections on when we have to make the corrections. And it don't take going out there and yelling at them and all that because you know how players are. Like we'll get our head down and we'll be like, man, I ain't trying to hear that. Things like that. Like talk to them like next play mentality. That's how I am. Like next play mentality. It's gonna suck. You might get beat for a sack next play because you can't take that play back. So
That's good, man. And I think that's, dude, coaching is such an art form. And I think the lost art form of it is motivation. Like,
yeah,
and it ain't got to be, like you said, like the rah rah ree guy, but you got to know how to motivate each player. And you really got to know what motivates each player. Like, some players
yeah,
can't take a butt chewing, they shut down, and some
yeah.
can.
Yeah, that's
So,
what I don't want them to shut down, especially during the game when you need it the most. Like it's the fourth quarter. I get it that you got beat by so and so. Okay, well, you got another series to go that you got to go beat so and so. So if I sit here and rip you apart and then you get down on yourself, so and so is gonna have a great game on you. But if I go in there, I encourage you, I motivate you, let you know that he's human. He bleeds the same blood that you do. Go out there and do what you're taught to do. Take practice, take the techniques that we do at practice to the game, and then let it play itself out.
yeah, definitely. All right.
Yeah.
So I think you'll think this is funny. So I'm going to tell you my little story on this, and then I want
Uh
to hear
huh.
yours. So, the question is, when did you like realize, okay, NFL, this is a whole different beast, okay? And I'm gonna tell you
Hmm.
my two. So I got to go be a part of the NFL for 3 days. All right. So I
Yeah.
went to the Texans also, but I got out a year before you, right?
Yeah.
And I was there for the 3 day rookie mini camp. And the position I was playing was the jack linebacker position. Well,
Hmm.
that's the same year Jadeveon Clowney got drafted #1 overall, right? So
Yep.
we're sitting in the meeting, and Mike Vrabel is our position coach at the Texans, and
Overrated.
his first string rookie minicamp is Jadeveon Clowney, and his
Hmm.
backup is Craig Sanders.
Yeah.
So like you can already see the writing on the wall. But
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't know. In my head, I'm thinking like, all right, if I get to do some special teams or something, I might get to be part of the team. Anyways,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you where I realized like, okay, this might not be for me. So number one, we're in the locker room, and JJ Watt walks in, and he's a cool dude. He's shaking everybody's hands, saying, welcome, whatever. And when I shake this dude's hand, and I don't think you can like realize his pinky wrapped
Hmm.
around to this part of my hand, and it's still to this day the biggest hand I've ever shook in my life. And I was
Yes.
like, holy crap, that's a grown man. Okay.
Yes.
That was the first one where I had a little doubt going in my mind, like, okay. So second one, we were 4-3 at Auburn. So all I had was a
Mm-hmm.
hand in there. I don't think a bunch of people realize this. Like we're going from class to meetings to practice to bed. So like in
Mm-hmm.
those meetings, it's so bang, 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 bang that like I don't know how much your O line coaches did it, but they're not really telling you what the receivers are doing. They're not
Yeah.
telling you what the quarterback's doing. Like it was like that with D line. Like we had our D line meetings, but you're not really getting explained to like the whole defense and concept of how it works, right? So to
Mm-hmm.
say that my hand's been in the dirt for 4 years, and all I've ever done is Pirates and Rams and exit stunts and tech stunts, and then I
Mm-hmm.
get up there and Mike Vrabel's like, all right, all right, so we're going to install this, and you got curl flat, or we're going to match number two, and he's out and up. And dude, I'm talking about it's another language to me, and I'm like, holy
Yes.
crap, what's going on? So then we're sitting in the meeting room. He's like, Standers, what do you do on this? You got three detached, and I can't open my mouth. Like it's just and I talk, but I can't. I don't know the answer, and I'm just like,
Yeah. Uh,
He said, are you gonna open your mouth? And and I still and hey, he didn't say wussy, but
yeah.
it rhymes with wussy. He said, hey
Yeah.
man, don't be a wussy. Open your mouth. And
Yeah.
I said, Coach, I don't know. He said, well, I don't know who's gonna get you cut. And I was
Yeah.
like, yep. And then guess what? Cut. and got back on the plane, man, and that was
Right.
it. So long story short, right there to jump around, I thought you think it was funny.
Yeah.
But what was there a moment in your career where you were like, okay, this crap's different?
Yeah, I was it was actually at practice. So I'm sitting there one day and we had this guy by the name of, at Houston named Brian Cushion. So I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like,
Ooh.
we're having a good practice. We're in shorts. It's like I think it's when we had that, I think it was October. So it's kind of getting cool and all that. So, we done played a couple of games. I'm thinking in my mind, like, okay, these veterans, they probably gonna be chill at practice. Not Kush. So I was like, okay, I'm playing left guard at practice and all that stuff like that. I come around on the pool on the power. Kush comes and lights into me, like literally, like I saw the little dots, and I'm like, oh my God. And then you can hear Kush in the background. I love that, Slade. I love that. I'm like, oh my God. Like, what is going on? What's going on? Like this is what the NFL's about? Like,
Hey
Jesus
man, we're in
Christ.
helmets. We're in
Yeah,
helmets.
like wearing helmets, like bro, like you just smacked me. But at the end of the day, like I love practicing against them because I knew they was gonna make me better. I was like, at the end of the day, like if I can hit Kush, you can hit a brick wall if you can hit him. Like he was a by far the best linebacker that I've ever seen at practice before or in the game because he just had that dog in him. That's just how he was. So, and then another one I had was JJ. He beat me one time during training camp, and I went up to coach, and I'm mad. I'm like, man, I don't like what like this whatever. Coach looked at me, and he said, "Don't worry, he does that to everybody." And I was like, well, okay, well that's understandable, but at the end of the day, that's what I wanted to compete against. I wanted to beat him. That's just how everything was and all that. So those are my welcome to NFL moments. But I had one in a game too, but I'm not gonna talk about that one. So.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I got you. All right. Hey, so let's end with this right here. Okay. I won't take a
Yeah.
bunch more of your time. I appreciate you taking time and talking to me, man. It's really good to hear from you.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
if I got any high school O lineman out there listening right now, and you could give them any advice right now in high school for them wanting to go accomplish their dreams and play at the next level, what are you telling that high school O lineman?
I'm telling him man, you got to go work your tail off, man. Like people tell you that all the time, like work your tail off. But at the end of the day, it's about what you do. That's not like what people don't see. Like, okay, well, I need to go get extra work in. That was something that you were very big in, and I wish I would have did that back in college. I think about that every single time because how much you worked out, D Ford, and all them. Like, if I would have got extra work, there's no telling what I would have been. I'll just tell them too, like, don't go thinking so much into it. Like, you're gonna go, like, it's gonna come. Be patient. Like, it's not gonna always go your way. Like, it might take a while, especially with this transfer portal and all that things like that. But at the end of the day, you're gonna find a home. Like, it's gonna happen. Like, and then when you do find a home, you make it count. Like, you don't go in there and be like, oh man, they got all these older guys ahead of me, vice versa. But you had to realize, okay, well, in 2010, you were traveling, you were playing. That was your true freshman year. But I was the one that was always tagged along. I was the only one travel squad. I was the only one in my freshman year on the travel squad as the old lineman, and I got to learn from those older guys. And sometimes you know how it is in college. It gets to that point where you're like, man, they're not gonna play me. I hate this. I want to go home. I want to get homesick. You got to fight through that. It's a mental thing, man. And that's something that I wish I would have told. If I could tell my younger self that, man, it's a mental game. It's literally mental. And I would tell you honestly, like, you got to make sure that your grades are good. Like, it's
Mm.
not no more about it's not no more about it's student athlete. Like, take care of your grades and let the rest and let your work do everything else. And you got to be positive. Don't be like, man, I ain't gonna go nowhere. The tongue is powerful. So if you want to say that you're not gonna go nowhere, you're not gonna go nowhere. But if you keep saying, man, I'm gonna get that offer, I'm gonna get that offer, I'm gonna get that offer, then when the offer start rolling around, now you know that you're going to a home. So I'll just tell you, man, just to be positive. Go out there and work your tail off. Make sure you a yes sir, no sir type of guy to your coach. Respect your coach. And at the end of the day, respect your teammates, man. That's one person that, our locker rooms that we've been in Auburn, man, those are families. Like, it was a family to us. Like, I can call you my brother. I can call everybody my brother. I can still call people to this day and they will answer the phone for me. And that's something that I was a good teammate, and I'm glad I was a good teammate to everybody. So, and at the end of the day, now we're sitting here on the podcast. You never know
Yeah.
you can sit on the podcast with you guys, man.
Hey, you were a great teammate, Chad. I love you, brother. I appreciate your
Love you,
time
man.
tonight, and keep doing big things, man. It's been cool to follow along with you, and I wish you nothing but the best, brother.
I appreciate you, man. Go Baker and go for sure. Roll Greenway for sure, baby.
And War Damn Eagle.
War damn Eagle for sure.
Shout out to Coach Slade. Appreciate him coming on. One of my favorite teammates up at Auburn. Proud of him. Excited to see what his boys do. They sound like they're going to be ginormous. So I bet they're going to be. You'll see them on Rivals or 247 Sports or something like that pretty soon, probably. So big time for him. So I guess we're going to get out of here, man. Appreciate you guys. I know this ain't that guy calling me. Mm. Let's go out to Cody Crown. Cody Crown, man, you always know the right time when to call me, brother. Hey, John Cena's final match, and he ends up losing by tap out. How are we feeling? Give us a recap of the PLE and give me your
Dude,
thoughts on
dude,
this main event.
I'm sweating. There's major heat coming from this. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna take my hoodie off now. Uh dude, what are we doing? All right, first, hold on. Let's talk about the whole match and then we'll get to John Cena. So we had a pretty good card. It was kind of poetic that it's John Cena's last match, but you had a lot of up and comers, future stars on the card. Obafemi with Cody Rhodes. Um, that was a good match. It's kind of stinks that it ended in no contest, but you gotta protect both your champions, right?
Boo.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I didn't watch
he's a
any of
future
those. I went straight to
he's
the
a
main
future
event.
star. Obafemi, he's going to be your next Brock Lesnar. Go ahead and write that down.
All right.
So Sol Ruka actually defeated Bailey. That was kind of cool. She's got a really cool finisher, that Soul Snatcher. If you ever seen that, go look it up. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, and then you had probably the match of the night, I'm going to say, with AJ Styles and Dragon Lee with facing Javon Evans and Leon Slater. Um, both.
I've got to start watching more. I'm telling you,
So
I'm out of the loop.
Oba,
I know some of those
all
names.
these, yeah, all these guys are and ladies are NXT talent. I think Sol Ruka's actually been on Raw or SmackDown here recently. Um, and Javon Evans and Leon Slater. Leon Slater is actually TNA. So that's kind of cool to see a crossover there. What they say was the experts say behind the curtain,
Mm-hmm.
or yeah, Um, so Javon and Leon Slater, they're real young. They're like in their 20s, so they're definitely be around for the long term.
Hey, enough
And
about these Rudy Poos. I want
yeah,
to talk John Cena. Tell me
let's
about this
get
final
let's
match, man.
let's get to the important thing here. Gunther and John Cena. Um, I think everyone expected John to put over Gunther, but the way it ended was really, really shocking. It's like we sit here and watch John Cena for 20 plus years, never give up, never give up, never give up. And the dude taps out and smiles while he's tapping out.
Oh, it killed me. It killed me.
So I don't know.
Okay,
I'm a,
so well,
you know, or I thought Gunther would win, but you know, maybe if you're gonna put him out in the chokehold, maybe John goes to sleep because he never gives up, or at least just eat a pin. What do you think?
yeah, he's got to go clean. He just got to give Gunther the clean finish. 1, 2, 3. The tap out. If John Cena taps out like he's killing him, it makes John Cena look weak. And then you just took away all my belief of it when he's smiling as he taps out, which
Yeah,
I know he's hitting the road and he's out. That's not my finish. I don't know. I didn't like the finish at all.
and the
I need
crowd
Gunther
certainly
to
didn't
win
like it.
clean. Gunther
Yeah.
rolls out of the ring. He walks off, maybe slap a kid to get some extra heat, rip up a sign. And then you give John Cena his moment to have his little final moment. But now, if we're
Hey,
really going to book this thing, all right, for all my WWE people that have not turned off Cleats to Seats because you said, oh, crap, they're talking wrestling again. All right, I'm turning this off. This is how you book the whole thing. All right, everybody out there. You go to the locker room, okay? John Cena comes out first. He's out there. He's waiting for Gunther. So you reverse the roles because they let Gunther come out first, then John Cena came. But you let John Cena go and come out first. Then here goes the camera to the back, and Gunther is laid out. I mean, beat up. And there's a guy in a black hoodie standing there, and all you see is his back, the back of the hoodie. And that son of a gun turns around and you see Edge, the rated R superstar.
yeah,
And the crowd is going crazy. And he takes off walking towards the ring and just the anticipation is building, right? Boom! Edge music hits. There's no, oh, look at me. That's what I'm going. Is sprinting to the ring, runs in the ring, and him and John lock up, and we get us a good old wrestling match. Now, here's the key. You never hear a bell. There's no bell.
okay, okay,
They're going at it. There's a ref in there, but there's no bell, right? And they're kind of going bop 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 bop, and all of a sudden Gunther's music hits, and Gunther comes out, whips the crap out of Edge, throws him out of the ring. Bell hits, and now we got Gunther versus John Cena, and you get that's just me fantasy booking this thing.
yeah,
I like that they had some of the people on the side, like you had Kurt Angle and those guys over there and everything leading up to it. I thought everything was good. John Cena's final run, I enjoyed it. The the finish, the tap out, the smile, kills me. I know Roman Reigns did his little smile when Cody Rhodes beat him, but it was by a finish, like it was 1, 2, 3 kind of deal. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Like not a I'm choking you and you tap out. So
yeah. I liked your fantasy booking. You bring up his run. You know, I think if we look back at it, it's kind of a flat because you know he turns heel. That didn't work out very well. The actual turning the heel part was cool, but after that, it kind of fell apart. And then he's kind of was saving his run here at the end when he turned face and doing all these fantasy bookings. But the go out like that, man, I just think it's it's almost like when Brock beat Undertaker at WrestleMania. Like I'm comparing those two together.
there's some shocked faces like that.
Yeah, like just
Well,
major disappointment.
I'll be excited to see Monday where we go by
Yeah,
checking the old Twitter. Probably not going to watch, but I'll check the old
yeah.
Twitter and stay up to date. Hey, has anybody ever told you? You kind of look like a guy I have on here that talks Auburn football, Brody Brown. Y'all are
Really?
like, yeah, oddly similar. So,
Huh?
all right, Cody Crown, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for coming on, man. Thank you for your time. All right, if you're still watching Cleats and Seats and WWE didn't scare you away, this is really going to wrap it up this time. We're 5 episodes in. Excited for the midweek episode. We got the Thompson High School strength and conditioning coach, coming on, and he's going to talk to us about all the things to do with strength and conditioning, not just at Thompson, but how to kind of apply it to your school as well. If you're a parent and you got a child that's in high school or middle school, you're going to want to listen to this one because he kind of gives you some good insight of what they need to be taking, like protein wise and different things like that. And it's just some really good information on strength and conditioning for high school kids. So excited for that for the midweek. Be looking for the Cleats Off edition of the show. The first one dropped, a lot of good responses from it. You got to see what it was like growing up in Clio and going to Ayrton High School. The next one will drop at the end of the week, and we're going to go ahead and go right into freshman year at Auburn. And we're going to break that freshman year up maybe into 2 or 3 episodes, but that first episode is going to talk about early enrollees. So I actually enrolled in January and graduated high school early. So, and that's coming up right here at this time. So we'll talk about that later in the week. Thank you for supporting and following along here on Cleats to Seats. And if you love the game, you're in the right seat.